On behalf of the Botany Department, Lahore College for Women University, I welcome all the worthy guests, national and international speakers, to the 3-day international conference on Smart Plantation, an ultimate solution to climate change 2020. Before starting the proceedings, I would like to invite Mr. Naveed from Mass Comm Department to please come on the stage for the recitation of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه وآمنون كل من آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين.
I would request our worthy guests to please come up the stage and have a seat. First, I would like to invite our chief guest for today, Mr. Sayyid Yasir Gilani. He is the chairman PHA. proceed. Now I request our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Bushra Mirza, to please come up to the stage and have a seat. I would request the Chief Organizer of this conference, Professor Dr. Farah Khan, to please come up the stage and have a seat. Now I would request an eminent speaker and our honorable guest, Professor Dr. Munir Oster, to please come up the stage. I would like to request the Vice Chancellor, Professor Bushra Mirza, to please share her views with us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Chairman PHA, our guest speakers, Chairperson of the Botany Department, deans, professors. I can see lots of foreign guests as well who have traveled from abroad to join us. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. It's still good morning, right? So thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to host this conference. I think there is no doubt that climate change is a reality, and plantation is probably, if not the only way, but one of the most important factors which can help us to face this challenge. And I think organizing a conference like that and inviting the experts from their fields to join us and share their views with our faculty members as well as with all the participants and our students is going to be of great help. I'm sure this platform will provide opportunity to our students to learn from these experts and from their experience, and it's going to be a very productive activity at LCWU. LCWU is a historical institution, almost about 100 years old, and a large institution with 16,000 female students doing wonderful job to educate our students and helping in reducing gender gap as well. So it's an honor and privilege to be the Vice Chancellor of this university and be the patron of this conference and host all you people and welcome you here and wish you a very productive activity here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Plants are undoubtedly the most essential resource of our planet, and as we all know, that Earth's climate is now changing faster than at any point in the history of modern civilization. Plants can help us to heal this planet. To give us a more elaborated insight on the role of the plants in dealing with climate change, I would like to invite Dr. Munir Oster on stage. He is a professor at the Department of Botany, Edge University, Izmir, Turkey, and consultant fellow of Forest Facility, University of Putra, Malaysia. He has expertise in ethnobotany, medicinal and aromatic plants, conservation, plant diversity, and ecophysiology.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very, very good morning to everybody. Chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Chairman of the Botany Department, distinguished participants, students. I am highly thankful to the university for inviting me to join this event. Basically, I was in Karachi to commemorate the completion of Flora of Pakistan last week. So my talk will be, I'll not use much time, we're already late, global risk, climate change, and eco-commandments. 2019, this is the report from 2020, early last month. 2019 has gone down in history as the most difficult planting season, with millions of hectares of crops growing unplanted due to extreme weather conditions. Farmers at some places are experiencing rain showers almost every month. First time in its history, more humid air is leading to greater pest infestations. You see the agriculture, food and beverage circle giving the details on this interrelationship. Easy way to maximize farm yields is via monocropping. This is what the farmers do, what the governments do, and use of pesticides, which increase agricultural emissions, unfortunately. Crop yield growth is expected that 2030 global food demand will rise by 35%. And the first thing we have to think is then that we must stop food waste, and reduction in food waste is the first step we should take. You see the graphic representation from 2005 to 2030 in this graph below. IPCC report mentions we have until 2030, just 10 more years to avert climate change. 2020, this year, is a crucial period for delivering sufficient climate actions to limit global warming. Important action areas, among others, include, I have given the two, smart planting and role of cities as smart urbanization on the top, and there are other points also given in the list. Climate smart planting is one of the important solutions to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases trapped in the atmosphere. 4 simple ways are: first, to expand the crop rotation; 2, use plant cover crops; 3, reintegrate livestock into crop production system; and 4, reduce tillage. These are little bit related to our previous experiences, which the people have been doing for thousands of years. All these reduce own footprint of agriculture as well as capture excess carbon generated by other sources. In CSP, farmers must learn, this is the most important thing, about the right planting, right place, for the right reason. These are the 3 things which should be a motto for smart planting. The public understanding is very important in this connection, because challenging point, but exciting for professionals working on smart planting. Benefits can be recognized, and these are much more than expected. What is the positive action then? All management interventions can be successful with farmers' engagement. That is a must. Next generation of researchers, smart planting researchers, should include agricultural engineers, future botanists, ecologists, and conservationists. All should join their hands together to reach the successful stage. CSP in agriculture for food security aims to maintain and enhance the economic, social, and environmental values of smart planting systems for the benefit of present and future generations as well. Smart cropping and planting system gets more from less. The best thing is that you get more from the less effort. Focusing on climate smart pulses, which is one of the things should be done. Climate smart pulses, coarse cereals, vegetables and fruits is the way forward, together with shifting cultivation and slash and burn practices, which can improve and add to our activities. The indigenous knowledge is very important. Diverse set of natural resource management practices are followed here. For example, phenological changes in plant species. We should know about these. We should know for sustained food security. We should have information on productivity. We must have information on health and traditions, health and vitality, and biophysical impact. That is, the researchers involved on this system must take into account all these points. CSP must consider the geographic area, which is very important ecologically, the species they are using, the stand composition, the soils, the effects of carbon dioxide and nitrogen fertilization, and interaction between these different factors. Soil and water protection theme makes the role of plants in water regulation and soil protection more important. CSP in practice connects with most major cross-cutting themes of development and environment. Assessment of adaptation options is that adaptation approach includes to find plants which grow under conditions more resilient to climate change. And farm monitoring is also necessary, as FAO and partners have developed several tools and methodologies. For example, Collect Earth. It supports countries in monitoring, measuring, reporting, and verification, which should be applied and used all through the Pakistan as well. They must be using and probably are using it already. Enables data collection from remote sensing images. We have 10 commandments as an ecologist. I'm sorry. By training, the International Society of Ecology has provided 10 commandments. The first commandment is respect the laws of nature. We need nature, but nature needs us as well. We must respect and respond in humility to what? 4.3 billion years old cycles of the universe, which guarantee our survival. We are new on this planet, but we have something from 4.3 billion years going on. We should show respect to those. Second commandment is learn as responsible earth citizen from the wisdom of nature. Whole is more than it is parts. We want to keep the monoculturing systems and avoid mixing up the things. Third commandment, avoid reducing plurality. This is against the monocropping system. Diversity of species is our most important natural heritage. The fourth commandment is avoid polluted. In OECD language, it is coined as P, and P, polluter pays principle. The fifth commandment is for our future generation, face earth responsibility every day. Sixth commandment is follow the principle of nature, precaution and sustainability in all economic activities. And the seventh is act as you speak, which is a must. Many little steps have tremendous end effects. Start with your own household, from your own home and community, and then move over to the neighborhood. That will be more successful. The eighth commandment is prefer intelligent bioeconomic solutions. Never forget, clever and intelligent handling is beautiful, comprehensible, enjoyable, and motivating. The ninth commandment is information about environmental damage which belongs to the mankind. Avoid manipulating information. Campaigns should be started against against information pollution, which is coming at a fast rate and growing up. Biggest and most dangerous of environmental sins. And the last commandment is 10th commandment. Listen carefully what your own body tells you about impact of your very personal, social, and natural environment. Always remember, you can never step out of nature's cycles. You will always be part of nature with your own body. Nature teaches you lessons every day. Your own body is your well-minded. Nature is interpreter and personal health exercise teacher. Climate smart greenhouses is the concept which is also coming up in many of the countries, transforming and reorienting agricultural development under the new realities of climate change. Climate smart soil and agriculture can be practiced in a greenhouse and on field together. We need to hold water in greenhouses as liquid or gas form. Roof design can be planned for water reuse from gas to liquid form. Each country, climate and plot of land poses its own set of challenges. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. We have to think about the industrialized agriculture and subsistence agriculture. Of course, the two have to be compared and see if we can have a balance. These are the smart greenhouses which you see on the field and on the under the cover. Thanks for your kind attention. This is the picture from my birthplace. I was born in Maqbuza, Kashmir, and left the country in 1967 after the war. So basically, as son of the soil, it is my duty to be affiliated to the place and show respect to it. The last thing that I would like to show you is the Islamic World Academy of Science, as Vice President, they have sent the pick of the week yesterday. The Homo sapiens produced particulate matter 2.5 pollution, viruses choking a large part of the population in the world, and the climate calamity is making situation even worse. This is a statement by Professor Dr. Muhammad Askar, a French national, basically a Pakistani. He is also the Vice President of the Islamic Academy of Science together with me. He has given the air pollution from microparticles and the concentrations of particles in different countries. You can see China and India included in it. To some extent, Pakistan is also shown in the list. Paris, nearly 90% of the 200 streets beset by the world's highest levels of deadly micropollution. China and India, most of the rest in Pakistan and Indonesia, unfortunately. On population basis, Bangladesh with the worst so-called particulate matter pollution, followed by Pakistan, Mongolia, Afghanistan and India, according to the 2019 World Air Quality Report, together with the other groups. Particulate matter of 2.5 microns or less in diameter is the most dangerous type of airborne pollution. Microscopic flecks enter bloodstream and cause so many diseases. Among world's megacities of 10 million or more, most particulate matter toxic in 2019 was the Indian capital, New Delhi. Very, very unfortunate. The report shows Lahore is followed, in Pakistan is followed by New Delhi. Lahore is following New Delhi. Dhaka in Bangladesh, Kolkata in India, Lini and Tianjin in China, and Jakarta in Indonesia are topping the list. So a big responsibility on the shoulders of young scholars present here. You have a big responsibility on your shoulders from Lahore to look at this matter and follow the situation. Next on the list were Wuhan, the epicenter of the new coronavirus outbreak, along with Chengdu and Beijing, report based on data from global 5,000 cities. So I hope that you will take care of this detail and see that things are becoming good on this account. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative presentation. This program is being broadcasted live on University Campus Radio, FM 96.6 and LCWU TV. I would now request our chief guest for today, MPA and Chairman, PHA, Sayyid Yasir Gilani, to come on the stage and express his views.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Madam Vice Chancellor, HOD, Madam HOD, Honorable Guest, Keynote Speaker, Dr. Munir, he spoke so eloquently. Ladies and gentlemen and dear students, first of all, I would like to thank that you provided me an opportunity to speak here. It is the job of experts to come over and they share their experiences and their research with you people. But for the political side, I think once you had an institution or you had a country, you have to see the whole picture. And I would start that whenever you are heading a department, like Vice Chancellor is heading the university here, or even you are heading a country, so you have to realize what are the problems and you have to focus in which areas. Thanks God, right now we have a Prime Minister who has been so focused on this natural issue of this plantation. Once he reached there, in UN General Assembly address, you remember his speech, he spoke on the 4 points, and the first one was on this ecosystem, on this plantation, on this climate change. So it is very much important that after a very long time we have such a leadership who is so caring on this, because this is the matter of realization. If you are going on a track and you don't realize the fears, you don't realize that you are going there, but until or unless you are being warned, you are being realized by mentally, and someone is telling you that this is the path of destruction. So there is a leader who gives you the direction. So after a long time, previously we were just only going and focusing for the constructions and for the other things by damaging our green areas and trees. But at last there is a leadership who came forward and he said, no, we have to reinstate our greenery, we have to reinstate our ecosystem. And thanks God, in his previous tenure in KP, he started 10 billion tree tsunami. That was very much successful. And then he started, when he became the Prime Minister, he said we will make a 10 billion tree in Pakistan. As our keynote speaker, he was rightly pointing out that Pakistan, and especially Lahore, is one of the worst areas where we are facing these problems. So as a chairman PHA, what I have done or what I have started there, because when he was giving the presentation, and I was quite happy that many a few points I was following in our campaign. Whenever there is a big city, there is urbanization. You need to have the houses, you need to have the roads, and you need to have the other infrastructure. And whenever there is the infrastructure, it grows. Obviously, the natural land, it eats the natural land. It eats the trees, it eats the other fields, green fields. So you have to design something for the eco-balance. You have to design the roads with the trees on the edges. You have to design the parks, you have to design many things, especially to maintain this eco-balance. Because these trees, this greenery is our lifeline actually. We can live without water for some hours, but we cannot live without air. If we have to take the air inside. And if this air is not pure, it is polluted, so it is the problematic for us. Our minds will be less, our body will not grow to the full extent, and we will not be performing mentally, physically to the society. We will not be the unit which it should have been. So in Lahore, I have decided in the recent 5 years, the number of trees, so in the recent 20 years, PHA Parks and Horticulture Authority is established in 1998, and when I came across the data, in recent 21 years, the maximum number of trees were planted, that was 36,000 in one season. We have the two best seasons. One is the monsoon, where there is the wetness in the soil, the required water is already there in the soil, and other is this spring season. So the maximum number of trees planted, that were 36,000. What I have done in the recent past monsoon, which is just past, we have 5 times plantation than the highest number. We make 1,75,000 indigenous trees. Those trees, they are indigenous, they are matching to our climate, they are matching to our soil, they are having the more green area, more leaves there, and the more positive impact on the environment. And there are the fruit trees even. You can see on the canal, previously this was the practice that you were seeing the cutting down of the trees on the canal. And now if you go there and just see, you will see the small trees as well there. So we have put there 5 to 6 feet height of the trees, because once you put a bigger tree in the soil, it needs some more water from the soil, and it gets it gets very firm in the earth very early. So we have taken care that the tree size should be 5 to 6 feet. There should be in this area where our malis are working, there man force is there, where we have adequate watering system, and then we have there is somehow or the other we are fenced there, because planting a tree is something else, and then protecting the tree is very important than the planting. So we have done this in our protected areas where our labor is there, so to avoid the mortality of these trees. This coming season, the current season, and this is a spring 2020. Today is the Chief Minister is also coming in our Jilani Park for inauguration of Jashn Bahara. That is a separate feature. But for this spring season, we have launched one of the biggest campaign of the Lahore city in the history. We are going to plant 4,17,500 indigenous trees in Lahore in this spring. Additional to that, 40,000 trees we will distribute in 7 different points of the city, and every citizen will come. The name from the Prime Minister is coming, Har Bashar Do Shajar. Every person will come with identity card, and we will give him the 2 plants. So one day we will celebrate Har Bashar Do Shajar, and 40,000 trees will be distributed among the citizens. And then we are, as there is the topic of this conference is smart plantation. With the help of Ministry of Climate Change, we have decided to make 12 urban forests. Urban forest, there is a new technique. Previously, traditionally, because they were saying that we can put the tree on the distance of 20 feet or 10 feet, but now there is the technique. They decide some of the trees which roots are going just parallel down, and then the other trees which roots are coming this way. So one layer of the other trees and second layer of the other, they can make them closer. So with this technique, Miyawaki technique or some other, you people and you are the experts and you are the students, you know better. But with the help of Ministry of Climate Change, in Lahore we have given them 12 spaces for the urban forestation. And there were thousands of trees will be planted there as well. It is very much important, we should go near to the nature. As many as diseases you see, and if you want, there is what the doctors say, they can asking you to go back to the nature. Your food, they ask you to go back near to the nature. The food is as near as to the nature, very less are the diseases. So everything we should respect, as Mr. Munir was saying in his presentation, we should respect nature. There are many ways. Allah has been so kind to us. He is giving us so many things. He is protecting us from everything. Even there is a very minor thing, let me tell you in Urdu और पंजाबी, अगर हम सांस लेते हैं तो हमारे नाक के अंदर अल्लाह ने एक सिस्टम बनाया हुआ है, वेटनेस है और वहाँ पे बाल हैं छोटे छोटे. हम बच्चों को कहते थे आओ देखो चिड़ियाघर आपको दिखाएं, वहाँ पे जानवर है. तो वो हमारे जो डस्ट है, वो अल्लाह ने एक ऐसा सिस्टम बनाया था कि वो डस्ट है, वो आके हमारे रुक जाती थी, क्योंकि हम सांस लेके हमें प्रोटेक्ट करती थी बीमारियों से. When Allah is helping us with His system so much, so why can't we respect the nature? So I believe the students of the university, you people are the researchers, and you will be one of, sure you will present these kind of lectures in coming years in some other universities. You will be performing. I wish that you go much forward in the field of research and you put your aims very high. You can be the Vice Chancellor, you can be the HODs, and you can be the honorable keynote speakers in coming times. So when you people realize, some of the important thing is the realization and awareness. So I would like, at the end, I would like to congratulate Madam Vice Chancellor, Madam HOD and the organizers of this seminar, that they have organized such a wonderful seminar, because once you get the awareness, this is the first and foremost important thing, then to start doing the actions. Once again, thank you very much and all the best wishes for the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this occasion. Now I request the Chief Organizer, Professor Dr. Farah Khan, for the vote of thanks. Professor Dr. Farah Khan completed her PhD in Biotechnology and Biochemistry from University of the Punjab and her postdoc from Ohio State University in Molecular Genetics. She is the chairperson of Department of Botany since 2013. Ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to all as our worthy Vice Chancellor and our worthy guest and our worthy invited speakers. They just all talked about the current situation of environment, and definitely in this conference we'll be discussing the possible solutions with respect to the smart plantation. The plants are the only organisms which can convert the dangerous, chemical, poisonous gases and ion compounds into beneficial and useful ones. So we cannot survive without plants. These are the plants which help us to breathe, which help us to eat, which help us to survive. So I think that the plantation and the smart plantation especially is the need of the time in this time of crisis, when there is severe climate change, there are severe problems associated with the climate change. So we are just having an attempt to get all the students over here to realize them that this is the problem and we have to tackle it in some way or another way. So this conference was aimed to give all the students and the faculty an information about it and the possible solution of the problem. So I'm very thankful to all the worthy guests, especially our chief guest, Sayyid Yasir Gilani, my dear worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Bushra Mirza, all my international guests, which include Dr. Munir Usturk from Turkey, Dr. Tarlok Singh from Canada, Dr. Dilbag Singh from USA, Dr. Tahir Rashid from Canada, Dr. Sabrina Nehdi from Tunisia, Dr. Al-Shifaya from Sudan, and Dr. Adnan Rashid and Dr. Mumtaz Chima from Canada and USA, Dr. Joya, Khurram Joya as well from King Faiz University, Saudi. So I'm very thankful to my international guests, but at the same time I'm very thankful, my profound thanks to the national guests, my colleagues, my teachers, my seniors, and all the people who have come from different universities, from Government College University, from Punjab University, from Muzaffarabad University, from KPK, Peshawar University, from Qaid-e-Azam University, from Sargodha University, from many other universities. I may be forgetting, but please forgive me for that. But I'm really thankful to all of you to come here and honor us, to have your views over this very touching topic. So, and especially I am thankful to my organizing committee, my whole faculty of Botany Department who worked day and night for the success of this conference. I'm also thankful to my students. My students, they are my lovely students, and they also are responsible for the successful upholding of this conference. I'm also thankful for my whole faculty of this Lahore College Women University who helped me in one or another way to conduct this conference, and they have just come over here and they have graced the occasion. I'm also helpful to the affiliated colleges botany departments, they have just come over here with a lot of registered students to attend the conference. I'm also thankful to my non-teaching staff who work day and night and who just provided all the necessary things and items for this conference. I'm also thankful to the administration of Lahore College Women University, which provided all the facilities comfortably, and especially our registrar office, our treasurer office, our state office, our purchase office, our transport office, our foreign faculty office, and all other related. Maybe I'm again forgetting the people, but and the hall administration as well. So I'm really thankful. I extend my great profound thanks to all the people over here, and hope that they'll be getting a lot of things from this conference. We'll be having a sort of interaction, we'll be having a sort of conversation, we'll be having sort of increase in our knowledge. Thank you very much again, and welcome.
Thank you so much, madam. Now I would request our honorable chief guest, Mr. Yasir Gilani, and our worthy vice chancellor to please step forward and present the souvenirs to the guests. I would request Dr. Munir Ozturk to please come forward. Professor Dr. Farah Khan. I would request our chief guest to present a souvenir to our worthy vice chancellor. I request Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Bushra Mirza to present a souvenir to our chief guest. Thank you so much, all of you. Please have a seat. Guests are please requested to proceed for tea in the adjacent committee room. Registered participants may go for tea to the adjacent ground outside the auditorium. We all gather here after the tea break for technical session 1 at 12:30. A parallel session is being organized in the seminar hall in the botany department.